Bismillahirrahmanirrahim, and a very good day to everyone who are currently watching this presentation. We are the student from Group 16 who are currently taking HEB 2092 Religion in Malaysia. We present to you our research entitled Muslims and Christian Point of View in Jom Ziarah Gereja Program Issue. So first of all, let me introduce our group member who consists of me myself, Jafni, Syazani bin Muhammad Nazrin, followed by Nurul Ellyana binti Zahril, Yasmin Suhaila binti Rozhan, Selutan Zehegkiel, and also Nur Hidayah binti Muhammad Fauzi. And without further ado, let's begin our presentation.
Hello, I'm Hidayah. Before we dive into the details, I would like to start with a brief introduction. Jom Ziarah Gereja is a program designed to encourage individuals from various religious backgrounds to explore different places of worship in our community, learn about their story, experience their culture, and fosters interfaith dialogue. Although these two religions have similar historical experiences, their views of God are very different. So it is important to note that the dynamics between Muslims and Christians can vary significantly in different religions around the world.
For the first literature review, we are going to discuss about what is a Muslim and what is a Christian. First, what is a Muslim? Muslims are the followers of Islam, which is spread by Prophet Muhammad in the 7th century CE. An individual can become a Muslim by saying the Shahada, which is the testimony of faith. Testimony of faith is one of the 5 pillars of Islam, which is practiced by all Muslims in the world. And that includes 5 daily prayers, giving charity, which is zakat, fasting in the month of Ramadan, and performing pilgrimage to Mecca once in your life. The Muslims also stand by the 6 pillars of Iman, which are believing in the oneness of Allah, existence of angels, the books of Allah, Allah's messengers, day of judgment and hereafter, and doom and divine decree. Next, what is a Christian? Christians are the followers of Christ, which comes from life, teachings, and death of Jesus in the 1st century CE. Central to Christianity is the belief that Jesus Christ is the Son of God, equal with God Himself. They believe Jesus paid the penalty for humanity's sins, offering forgiveness and reconciliation with God through His crucifixion. Lastly, Christianity teaches that salvation is a result of God's grace, received through faith in Jesus Christ's finished work on the cross.
Hi, I am Isaac. And now, to better understand our topic of study, it is best if we can see the nominal perception of Muslims and Christians toward each other, which may have played a role in this case study. So, in the Islamic narrative, Christians are called people of the book, which are people who have received divine revelation from God. Islam and Christians share a few commonalities in which both religions practice monotheism, shared prophethood, and moral values. However, Muslims opine that the Christian belief of the Trinity is a heresy against God. Despite all that, Islam teaches its practitioners to build positive relationships with all faiths as long as it does not require them to compromise on their own values. In the Christian perspective, they acknowledge that Muslims hold on to the faith passed down by Abraham and that they adore the one true merciful God. However, where they differ is that Christians believe that Muslims have an imperfect understanding on the nature of God, but it does not diminish the sincerity of their worship towards God. Christians in general intend to bridge the gap between the two faiths and to relate more to their similarities instead of differences. That is all from my part. Thank you.
Next, I will talk about can a Muslim enter other places of worship. First of all, in Islam, there is no problem if a Muslim wants to enter other places of worship depending on their intention. The proof of which can be seen on the slide. For the first point, Parti Islam Malaysia on 2018, Muslims are not prohibited from entering non-Muslim places of worship. It is prohibited is when entering the places with the intentions of following their religious ceremony. Next, Sheikh Ahmad Hudi in a blog about Islam on 2023. He said that nothing wrong with a Muslim entering church for a legitimate reasons, same as the first point. It is wrong if a Muslim entering a church to worship, get blessings, confess their sins, or request favor from anybody from other than Allah. Next, Silent Muslim on 2014. In here, he tells an early story about when the gates of Jerusalem were opened, Caliph Umar al-Khattab entered a church of Holy Sepulchre. Sorry if I pronounce it wrong. The patriarch told him to pray, but Caliph Umar rejected, fearing Muslim might be later claim it is as a prayer places. Next is a Muslim Central website on 2021. This is about opinion of Dr. Zakir Naik about can Muslim visit the places of worship of non-Muslim that asked by the Indian guy. His answer is that it is dependent on their purpose. It is permitted if they go for sightseeing, if that sightseeing does not take them from Islam, thinking it will benefit in understanding Islam better. And it is forbidden if the Muslim going to show to people that they are believed that the other religion is also correct and visit that place. That's all from me. Thank you.
Next, can a Christian enter other houses of worship? Is the topic of the following literature review. In general, it depends on their personal beliefs, cultural traditions, and the specific situation. Christians may attend different places of worship for a variety of reasons. For instance, tourists may enter the Putrajaya Mosque or National Mosque if they are appropriately dressed. However, access to Masjidil Haram is prohibited. It is always recommended to be respectful of the traditions of the particular place of worship they are attending and to comply by them.
Now to continue with our presentation, I would like to discuss about the interreligious understanding and also the importance of the dialogue of life. To begin with, Malaysia, our country is a multi-religious country, and the formation of the multi-religious society in Malaysia was marked by the granting of the citizenship to the Chinese and the Indians in the 1960s. Despite known as a country with diversity and also multi-religious society, there is also challenge that may present in maintaining the harmony and peaceful coexistence between the society with diverse religious background. The challenges that appears are particularly in dealing with the interreligious issues that focus on the social interaction and also living together rather than the theological problem. Therefore, this is where the dialogue of life appears and playing the significant role in building the bridges between the individual of diverse religious background. Now, according to Diana Eck, dialogue of life can be classified into six types, which is parliamentary, institutional, theological, spiritual, inner dialogues, and also the dialogue of life itself. On the other hand, Hansman defined dialogue of life as the inherent aspect of human existence rather than a constructed phenomenon. In summary, dialogue of life presents an essential component of interreligious dialogue, which involve daily interaction and mutual learning among individuals from different backgrounds. Now, the characteristic of the dialogue of life is that it is an unstructured interaction between individuals from diverse tradition and also backgrounds, and it occurs in various settings such as markets, festival, civic and humanitarian project, or time of crisis. And the dialogue of life is an informal dialogues, unpredictable, and it is also lack predefined agendas. Now let's continue with the significance and the importance of the dialogue of life in fostering the interreligious understanding. So, first of all, by engaging in the dialogue of life, it promotes the development of the cultural literacy. It allows individuals to appreciate and navigate religious diversity in our multicultural society. And by learning about the different spiritual tradition and embracing both commonalities and difference with the right attitudes, we can foster understanding and build bridges between communities. Additionally, the dialogue of life plays a crucial role in rectifying human relation and communication breakdown. Through open, free, and sincere dialogue, we can identify the causes and reason behind conflicts, enabling us to address them effectively. And it also facilitates the sharing of wisdom and the handling down of human problems, leading to peaceful coexistence and harmonious collaboration. So, in conclusion, the dialogue of life is essential for interreligious understanding. It goes beyond conceptual understanding and involves daily interaction, mutual learning, and the establishment of loving relationship among individuals from different religious backgrounds. By practicing the dialogue of life, we break down prejudice, foster harmonious coexistence, and improve our human community.
Next, I will talk about the research methodology that we have used to collect data about Islam and Christian views on our topic. First, data collection method and instrument. The data collection method that we have used is using a survey as a data gathering approach. A survey is a process of collecting, analyzing, and interpreting data from a group of people. This survey has conducted online using Google Form platform because it is easier and faster to get the data. And internet survey also are presently the most popular way to collect information. Online survey allow us to reach a large and diverse audience easily. That's why we use this method. People can participate from anywhere with an internet connection. And it also has a potential to enhance our study by giving a useful data. Next is a respondent of the study. This research based on survey of Muslim, Christian, Buddhism, and Hinduism. We get minimum sample is roughly 20 people, and we have two sort of questionnaires, which is structured and unstructured, and it has three sections: section A, section B, and section C. Question in section A is about demographic information of respondent. It is about their age, gender, and religion. Section B and section C is the main question about this topic. Section B, we use the range scale from strongly agree to strongly disagree. And section C is about multiple choice of question between yes or no. This method is called quantitative method that we have been used. That's all from me. Thank you.
Now I will be presenting about the data analysis for our assignment. First, this is the overall demographic of our respondents. Next is promoting interfaith dialogue and mutual respect. Majorities of the respondents strongly agree, 52.6%, with the importance of promoting interfaith dialogue and understanding. 73.7%, which is the majority, feel comfortable having discussions about their faith with individuals from other religions. The majority of respondents also strongly agree, 42.1%, and agree, 26.3%, that one way for individuals to learn about various religions is through visiting to other religious holy places. Majority of the respondents, which is 78.9%, believe participating in interfaith visits to holy places can foster religious tolerance and understanding. For the discussion, interfaith dialogue and mutual respect is important as it can prevent needless clashes and agreements between various religions. One of the ways that can inspire people to have interfaith dialogue and mutual respect is by visiting religious holy places. Why? Because an individual can learn about other religions better when visiting other holy places. Other than that, visiting holy places of other religion can help countries with many different races and religions to tolerate other religions. With that, our country's peace and harmony can be maintained when any religious misunderstanding can be avoided between people from different religions. Next is visiting religious holy places. The respondents are undecided about whether religious communities should actively invite individuals from other faiths to visit their holy places or not. 36.8% of the respondents don't know, and 31.6% of the respondents strongly agree. Next one, the respondents are divided about whether they feel comfortable visiting holy places of other religions or not. 36.8% of the respondents says that they feel comfortable, but the other 36.8% does not feel comfortable. For the third one, majority of the respondents strongly agree that visiting holy places of other religions can strengthen or undermine their faith. The majority is 42.1%. Lastly, majority of the respondents believe it is important to welcome individuals from different faiths to visit holy places, 63.1%. For the discussion, as we can see in the first pie chart from the previous slide, majority of the respondents are not sure whether their religious communities should actively invite people from different religions to visit their holy places. Some even disagree to it. This can be concluded that the visit to other religions' holy places should still be made, but it should not be made regularly. Although it would not be made regularly, it is still important to greet anyone who was coming to visit holy places. Next, engaging in this activity should be optional because, based on the second pie chart in the previous slide, not everyone feels comfortable when visiting other holy places. Lastly, Majority of the respondents strongly agree that visiting other holy places can help in strengthen or undermine their faith. This can encourage people to do critical thinking about all religions in the world, and this can contribute in the advancement of religions. Lastly is about the Jom Ziarah Gereja issue. Majority of the respondents, 57.9%, think Muslim individuals should be encouraged to participate in Jom Ziarah Gereja or similar initiatives to learn about the practices and beliefs of Christians. Next, majority of the respondents, 63.2%, believe that initiatives like Jom Ziarah Gereja can help foster understanding and respect between Muslims and Christians. Further discussion, Muslims should be encouraged to join programs like Jom Ziarah Gereja as it can help in learning more about Christians. When they learn more about Christians, it can help in promoting mutual respect and tolerance between Muslims and Christians. As a conclusion, this can help in preventing any contentious issues from arising in the future between Muslims and Christians.
Now, as we conclude this study, I would like to summarize the key findings and implications that have emerged from our exploration of the Jom Ziarah Gereja program in Malaysia. Our study delves into understanding the perception and boundaries of Christian and Muslims, considering their historical context, theological frameworks, and perspective. We also examine the role of religious leaders and institutions in shaping attitudes and engagement toward interfaith initiative. Through our research, we highlighted the importance of the dialogue of life and the interreligious understanding in promoting mutual understanding, cultural literacy, and peaceful coexistence in our diverse society. Next, our finding shows that despite theological difference, we discovered that both religions share common belief in monotheism, moral principles, and a desire for social justice. It became clear that Muslims and Christians need to respect each other's boundaries and beliefs, engaging in dialogue to find common ground for nurturing harmonious relationship. Furthermore, we recognize the influence of religious leaders and institutions in facilitating or hindering interfaith engagement. Overall, our study contributes to the understanding of interreligious dynamic in Malaysia and emphasizing the importance of dialogue, understanding, and collaboration in overcoming religious tension and promoting peaceful coexistence. By recognizing shared value and heritage while respecting theological difference, Muslim and Christian can work together to address common challenges, including environmental issues and build a society based on mutual respect and harmony. In conclusion, we hope that the finding of this study will encourage further dialogue, bridge religious divides, and promotes peaceful relationship between Muslim and Christian in Malaysia and beyond.
So that's all from our group. Thank you very much for listening.